Today's reading is Ecclesiastes 1 through 4. Ecclesiastes was written by King Solomon of Israel, the son of David. In Hebrew, he refers to himself as Kohelet, meaning preacher or teacher. Now, the name Ecclesiastes originates from the Greek term ecclesia, meaning assembly, and is related to the word church in the New Testament. Therefore, Ecclesiastes refers to an assembly with Solomon acting as the preacher addressing the congregation. The phrase, vanity of vanities, all is vanity, is repeated 36 times in the book of Ecclesiastes. In Hebrew, the term for vanity does not refer to excessive pride. Instead, the word hebel translates to wind, vapor, puff of smoke, or breath. It literally describes the puff of smoke rising from a chimney in winter or the steam that escapes from a hot cup of coffee. So according to the preacher, life is like this, a vapor or mist that is visible for only a moment before it disappears. Now, the Bible also compares our life to a mere breath or a mist that appears briefly before vanishing. So the preacher connects this fleeting nature of life with its meaningless pursuits, stating that these pursuits are vanity. In the NIV translation, hebel is rendered as meaningless. The preacher intends to communicate to his assembly that a life focused on trivial pursuits ultimately leads to a lack of meaning. He says, all is vanity. Life is filled with frustrating futility, and nothing in this world can truly bring us happiness. So this is described as vanity and a vexation of spirit. In Hebrew, this phrase refers to chasing after the wind, pursuing something as insubstantial as a vapor is ultimately futile, and the inability to grasp it leads to a vexation of spirit. So according to the preacher, everything under the sun is meaningless. The phrase under the sun highlights the extent of our life's struggles. Where do we feel the futility and frustration of life? Everywhere the sun shines. However, this expression also suggests the possibility of a different perspective. Viewing things under the sun means looking at them from a ground level, earthly viewpoint, excluding God from the equation. Ecclesiastes reveals the weariness of life and the frustrations that come from living under the sun. It demonstrates that what exists outside of God's influence cannot provide meaning, satisfaction, or purpose. So if we exclude God from our lives, everything becomes vanity. Nevertheless, when we keep God at the center of our lives, we find purpose in everything we do.